Hey guys, it's Luke Jackson with Iron Trail Trapline Supply. Today we are out under ice muskrat trapping. We're setting huts and push-ups, and I'm just going to show you how we do it. It's almost dark, so you know the sun's pretty much down. It's right behind those clouds. So I'm going to set a few tonight, and then we'll continue tomorrow morning, and we'll come back here and check to see what we have. So I'm just going to show you my equipment. So as you can see, here is pile of muskrats at the last location we just checked. But yeah, so we're running Bridger 1.5s. No modifications on these. And then I don't see any kind of in the rest of the pail, but I'm running Duke 1.5s with Wild River pans. And yeah, we just got some lath and a chisel and a tile spade, so that's all you need, and some wire. It's pretty simple. Doesn't take a lot of equipment. Easy thing to get kids into, or if you're just getting started trapping, it's an awesome thing to start doing because it is a lot of fun. And you know, the first night you might have a 70-80% catch rate. So instead of waiting for a cow for 2 weeks, go set a couple muskrat traps and have one in the morning. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so here's our first muskrat hut. And all we're gonna do is grab our spade. And, oop, not much holding this one together, so I'm not sure what the scoop is here. I know there's a lot more than that. So, I don't know if this hut's is being used or not. I'm not thinking so. I'm thinking this is abandoned. So yeah, we're just gonna pull some stuff out. We're gonna pull wet stuff so we can plug our hole back up. But let's rig up a trap here. So yeah, you can use like chain for extensions, which is normally what I do, but I'm only setting a few this year, so I didn't drag it out. So I'm just using wire. That works good too. So we're gonna wire it onto the swivel. And then wire it onto our chunk of wood. Okay. And these Bridger 1.5s, the night latch, I'll show you. It's really nice. Just go like this. You hear the audible click. There you go, ready to rock. So all we're gonna do, we're gonna reach in there, pop it in a good spot. Now, like I said, this hut's kind of messed up. I'm not sure what the scoop is. So we're just gonna lay it like that. I don't have a ton of faith on this one, but that's all there is to it. It's wet, so it's gonna freeze tight. Now you always want to use, when you're replugging these things, use wet material. That way it can freeze shut and create a seal. So we're at our next location here, and just rig another one up. The reason we're running this wire extension, not only so we can get the trap to where we want it, but also so the muskrat, once it's trapped, has enough chain and wire to go down the hole and drown, and that way it doesn't really mess up the muskrat hut or push up. And then it's also drowned when we get there, and we don't have to worry about dispatching it or anything like that. So these are the gauntlets I'm using. They're insulated. They're big game gut gloves. It's really nice. I like the yellow Atlas gauntlets we sell online too when it's warmer. But once it cools down like this, these big game gut gloves are the ticket. So it looks like we kind of have a hole here. Kind of dig our way into the chamber. like we talked about earlier. Pull that wet material out for a plug. We want a nice area in there to set the trap. You can see here, they're eating that cattail roots and stuff. You can see they're eating, so you know this one's active. I don't know if that last one was active, but this one definitely is. And when we reach in there, these huts are easier. They have a solid bottom, but on some of the push-ups, I'll show you later, probably tomorrow now since it's getting late, a little bit harder to find a solid bottom because they're just in the middle of the slough. But these are pretty easy. Okay, got our pack tight. So all there is to it. Continue on. Okay, got another one here. There we go. You don't want to do gaping holes here. You want to keep these entrances small. These things freeze out. It's really hard on the muskrats. And my wire cutter fell out of the sled earlier, so I have to sit there and do this till it breaks, which is pretty stupid. Okay, that takes longer than it does to set the trap and put it in the hut, but work for tonight. Okay. Now the reason I'm using 1.5s, I know some people think, muskrat trap would be like a #1 long spring or something like that. The reason I go with the larger trap is it catches them higher up in the thigh, even sometimes part of their belly and stuff. They can't ring off, so you're not losing your animal. And it's also heavier, so I can drown the muskrat versus like a lighter trap. And thirdly, it's much more versatile. So if I'm buying traps, like I have, 15, 16 dozen 1.5s. They work for under ice muskrat trapping, regular, rat trapping on huts, and mink and coon trapping. So kind of a one trap does it all. Great for pocket sets, stuff like that. There we go. And looks like the next hut would be all the way across. Oh, never mind, we got one right here. When it snows, you gotta really watch. It's easy to walk right by them, but look at all these canine tracks. You're just going up on top and looking around. Sometimes when you get to big huts, it's really hard to know where to chop the hole. You'll sit there and chop and chop. You'll never find the inside, be on the other side. For some reason, these are just really easy to chop through. I'm not really sure what the scoop is. A lot of these, I'm not sure if somebody was here trapping. Now I ran a coon line here and drove right by the slough, and I didn't see anybody trapping, but I guess by the time I pulled this line, water had closed, or hadn't opened yet, so I wouldn't know anyhow. But I'm just not really seeing any fresh sign on these huts. but we'll set it anyhow. Okay, pop her in there. Find a nice spot to lay it. Get her wire shoved in there and plug her hole. There you go. Something like that. When you plug it that nicely, this nice wet stuff, there's no chance of that freezing out. And it's supposed to be warm the next few days, so I'm not worried about it anyhow. Okay, here's another hut. Very little ice here. Like, look at that. That's just, you can tell they're swimming around, but we're gonna try and find the entrance or the inside right here. Okay, I can bust it through. Okay, now you do want to chop these holes. Like I said before, you don't want to chop them too big and then not be able to seal them up and have the muskrats freeze out and die. But you do want to chop them big enough so that when you have a muskrat caught, you know, it'll get tangled up and stuff. You have to be able to get the muskrat out of the hut. Sometimes that's not the easiest thing to do. I thought I was in it. Okay, there I broke through. Just kind of have to feel around with your hand. And what I do, I just like to tear extra stuff out. So a little bit bigger area. And it also gives me my stuff to pack with. Okay, so that's good. Yeah, if you guys are looking to buy traps, you're just getting started, leave any questions in the comments. Sometimes it takes me a while to get back to you, but I'll definitely do my best. And if you want a quicker answer, you can email us at info@irontrailtrapline.com. If you're interested in buying any of this stuff, we're at irontrailtrapline.com. We have a full selection of traps, trapping gear, set making equipment, iron trail lures, baits, everything you need to get trapping, snares, stuff like that. So feel free to answer or ask any questions, and I'll do my best to answer them. But yeah, I think that is I think that might be all the huts on this slough. So I don't know what we set, maybe not very many traps, but I'd say 8. And I'm a little concerned that this otter that's cruising around might have did some damage to the muskrat population, because it just did not seem like there was the feed in the huts was that fresh. And also it doesn't seem like there's no push-ups, which normally I'll show you tomorrow. We'll go find some push-ups to set, hopefully. But yeah, there's no fresh push-ups. The lake only froze, or the pond only froze like a week ago. So, but yeah, I'm gonna load up my gear and we will check it in the morning. Okay guys, welcome to day 2. We're headed to check the traps that we set yesterday, and I don't know if you can see in there, but we have lots of smoke rolling out of the truck, so that's always fun. I'm not really sure what the scoop is, but yeah, she's smoking, so looks like I gotta figure something out here, but we'll hop back on and check some traps. It's Thanksgiving today, so it might be after dinner, but we're gonna check them and get you an update. Okay, so since we're broke down, I'm a ways from home, so I have to wait for my dad to come get me. I'm just gonna go set a rat slough, because if you're gonna break down, might as well break down next to some public land. So grab some traps and let's go set some. Okay, so here's the rat hut I seen from the road. I have the trap rigged up, and I already chipped it out, the hole. We're just gonna put it right in there. A little concerning, there was some ice in there. You can see there's some ice buildup that I pulled from inside the hut. So I'm not sure if this has any active muskrats in it, but I drive by the spot anyhow, so we might as well throw it in and see what happens. Sure, slipped on the ice. Should have brought my ice cleats, but I'm gonna show you. Boy, since it's getting warmer out, it's starting to heat up. We have some canine tracks here, sitting there walking over the hut and stuff. But right here, it's kind of a hole, but at first I thought maybe a mink had dug in, cleaned the rats out of it and ate them. But I don't think so. I think it was just, you know, well, tracks are hard to see, but I think maybe it was just fox tracks. I think maybe it's just kind of digging at it, trying to get in. Then obviously gave up before it did, because the hole doesn't seem to go in all the way. But yeah, I'm gonna head back to the truck. There's another slough directly across this berm here. I'm gonna set that, but I don't have enough time now. We gotta figure out my truck. So I'm gonna head back to the truck, and we're gonna drive over to the traps we set yesterday and check them. Okay, so the last two huts, we're at that slough we set yesterday. The last two huts have been empty, and we've never seen those otter tracks. I was a little nervous if that thing is killing them. This place just did not seem that active, so I'm not sure if it's been trapped or if the otters kill them, but I'm guessing there's still some rats in here, so we'll keep checking them here and see what we got. This one seems to possibly have one. Like it went down the hole and got drowned or something. Oh, this one's still alive. Okay, so I gave him a smack, and we're gonna reset it. Get some of this junk cleaned off so it can fire a little bit easier. Okay, now when you catch these things, they're alive like that, they don't drown right away. Kind of make a mess of the inside, tear stuff apart. So I just like to re-clean the inside out so we have a good place to put our trap. And should we put her back in there? Get our wire in there. Hopefully it'll drown this time. And re-plug it in. It's pretty warm, so I'm not overly worried about packing it, but yeah, not a big muskrat, but nice fur on it. Go check the next one. A lot of traffic out here today. People must be, I think, a lot of pheasant hunters today, since Thanksgiving, have the day off. Yank. Might have one here too, so A lot of weight at the end of the chain, so we're gonna make our hole a little bigger. Hoping you guys are being able to see this pretty good. It's kind of hard with the chest mount. Okay. Oh, might have got off. Not sure here. Nope, we still got it. Okay, here we go. Muskrat number 2. Yeah, squeegee some of the water off here. Rub it around in the snow. It's not very fluffy snow, so it doesn't work quite as good, but if you rub it around in the snow, kind of dry it off, get to skinning quicker. Now this one kind of got a little messed up, but it'll be fine. So we'll reset the trap here. Pop it back in. I'm going to use this lath to act as kind of our little bit of a building material here to help keep it from falling in. And since that hole got big, when I pull these traps, I might just break it in half and use that to kind of make it a little more solid so it doesn't freeze out after I leave. Okay, here we are. Pop this one open. And we might have one here too. And I was pretty worried about these not seeming too active, but still catching rats, so that's good. Got a live one here. Yeah, nice little muskrat. We'll clean out our hole. I think since I'm having so many live ones, I'm going to switch to my chain or cable extensions. But yeah, we'll take care of him, and then I'll reset this one. Here's just that little one we set yesterday. Pop our plug, take a look. So the first 3, those thin-walled huts that we had set yesterday, have been empty. Now these I thought, you know, they had like the little ice dome, so I knew these are getting used a little more, but I was still concerned. But right here, what are we, 4 catches in a row out of 4 huts, so not too bad. We're running, I believe, 4 out of 7. The reason you want to get out here early as you can after the ice is safe is ones like this, you're gonna have a heck of a time seeing if you get 6 inches of snow or even 2-3 inches of snow. It'll blow into the cattails with some wind, and little push-ups or little feeder huts like this that produce very good, you won't even be able to set. All you'll see is the bigger huts, which are harder to set anyhow. There you go. That one's good for another catch. Yeah, this guy, he's pretty small. Look at the size comparison. Now we're up to a bigger hut here. This one I know is active, so I'm guessing we'll have one here. Might be a live one, I'm not sure. Yeah, there's nothing there. There we go. There he is. His leg broke off. Should have been more careful pulling him out. I guess, to be honest. But we got him. So yeah, reset this one. Yeah, I don't know if I said yesterday, you know, at Iron Trail I carry full line trapping supplies, so if you want to buy these Bridger #1s, we have those on there. And that's Bridger #1s and a little bit of wire, or sorry, 1.5s, excuse me, not #1s. I prefer 1.5s. But some 1.5 traps and some wire. A few sticks is all you need to do this. You know, you can get started for, you can be catching rats for 50 bucks. Okay, we got our last set here. I believe it is anyhow. Remember, this is where the water, very poor ice, right there. And looks like we got a live one in here. That one had plenty of wire too, but okay, I'll take care of him and we'll reset it. Okay, our trap's set. Just gonna pop it in there. And plug our hole up. Okay, that's packed in. Now that was the last set. And yeah, good fur on these guys. You know, it's almost December, so perfect. Something to put up tonight. It's getting early, you know, it's getting dark so early now. You get bored at night. When it's dark at 5 o'clock, if you're not working, you have nothing to do. So, what do we got here? We got six out of 9 traps. So what's that? You know, 66% catch rate. First check, I like to be at close to 80%, but you can't guarantee it. And if you're, you know, or anything, I guess over 75, I'm super happy with. But you can't guarantee a catch rate like that, you know, especially when you're only running 9 traps here. So, okay, well, I'm gonna go set some more later today, hopefully. Stay tuned.